Welcome back, powerful choices yet again. We are happy to be here. Me and the great Roneal.
Roneal, Roxborough.
You don't know, so another great one again. Just there humble to see what God go do, what God go say, how the spirit go move the flow, and Roneal, you have it. So
Blessings, man. As I say, it's a very wonderful thing to be back here once more. Just to teach and to learn from the wisdom of the Most High. So this time around, He give us purpose, time, and season, and it comes from Ecclesiastes 3. So we're gonna read from 1 to 8 together. You got your Bible with you? All right. I know you always have the sword close by, man. I worry, I know. All right. So I'm gonna read the first one, and you read the second one. Is that okay? Okay. We're gonna go from 1 to 8. Ecclesiastic 3. To everything there is a season, a time to every purpose under the heavens.
time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted,
A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up.
a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance,
A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
a time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away,
A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silent and a time to speak.
a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of
Time of
peace.
peace. Selah.
See that?
So as we said before, seasons, time, and purpose. Seasons, time, and purpose. And it's so amazing because on this journey, that's one of the main things we had to be learning. Seasons, time, and purpose. Living here in the States, where I'm from in Jamaica, we have the seasons, but we don't get to experience them because it's tropical. So it's always one. You get what I'm saying? So it's always sunny or somewhat cool, But being here is a whole different thing. You get to see the spring, the winter, the autumn. One of my favorite, to be honest, because I love to see the beauty of the leaves, and the fall. It's so wonderful to actually be a witness to all the seasons itself, and just look at the beauty and the purpose behind it. You understand me? I say, but I'm gonna let you tell me what you understand from the reading just now and the meaning to your interpretation.
Definitely very deep scripture because it relates and project what life really is. And by reading that scripture alone, even somebody say the Bible can be contradictive, and they made their point why, you know, and when I really look at it, God says something to me. We're really, powerful. Cause him say you have to know which one of the moment you're living in. So a Bible scripture like would say, turn the other cheek, and one would say an eye for an eye. So with any situation, it is the approach to go by your spirit to see, is this a situation where it really has to be an eye for an eye, or it can be a situation where I can turn the other cheek? Which one of these decisions would be wiser? Not the egoistic approach, but which one would be wiser?
Mm-hmm.
And then it spun into even like David. If David was alive today, how would how would people view him? Would he be accepted like he is in the Bible? Because we are living life from an invert standpoint. Something already happening in the spirit, and we are trying to catch up. So when we see King David's story, it's a final after that is after God put him final touch. But for many of us, we are still writing the story.
Mm-hmm.
And
So true.
and with David, he was a warrior. But today he would be called a mass murderer. So you'll find out say in a life, and as we know it, there is a time and place for everything.
Right.
And a situation where we might judge a man, say he's a bad man, without we step in his shoes. We don't know his state of mind or the condition to which led him to be who him be. But yet we swear and make boast comment that we could never be there, we would never do that. While the truth is, every situation affects a man's decision. And life come with all of these seasons. How do we choose? Only by the Spirit we can know how to choose.
Mm. As you mentioned, King David's story, his story is one of the stories where I'm so drawn to be honest, and his life and the happenings. I'm still unfolding somewhat of what he been through, and there was a season of his life where he was on the run, like, and there was a season of his life where he was just taking care of sheeps. There was a season of his life where he was fighting war, and there was a season of life when he was just preparing to die. You get what I say? But in each season of his life, you see the significance of the purpose of that season. And one of the beauty about his story, which most man can relate to, is that his transparency in each season of his life. The season of his life when he was talking to sheep in the field, you know that. Most of us experience that. You know what I mean? Where we just feel like loners. You see me? And when we start to step into purpose now, we feel like they roll against us. Most of us know that. But the beauty about it, his story, is how he handled it. The way how he trusts the Most High in the process of each season of his life. You get what I say? Because that's what we have to learn to do. Because as you say, there's a time and a place for everything. You get what I say? especially the one where hit me the most and I love. I may have to learn through experience is a time to keep silent and a time to speak. And that's a most of us problem. You get me? I say, because not because you know something that means you have the time to say it.
True.
There's always a place and a time for everything. And we also know this that timing is everything. You can't
True.
deliver bad news at a good time. And good news at a bad time is just like the concept of how it work and the balance of it. So when you understand these things now, it make you understand the seasons of life, when to plant and when to pluck up. You get
True.
me? I say you wouldn't want to plant in the winter because, you know, yeah, that don't make no sense. Especially over here, so you don't want to do that. You get me? I say so you know when the season and the time and know how to navigate your way through each the seasons because change is inevitable. So it's always best to embrace for changes. You can't you don't have no handle upon that. So instead of you try to fight against these things, it's best for you to accept it and acknowledge it and just navigate through it, flow through it. You get what I'm saying? There was a book I read. I think when they introduced a book, this book to it's called Book of Five Rings, and it speaks about the five elements. It speaks about the void, the wind, the water. But for me personally, and the fire, the water is caught my attention because water can take so many forms and so many shapes and hold so many pressure. This moment water is ice, next moment is liquid, next moment is he carrying a lot of steam, next moment he carrying a lot of a cold temperature, next moment you put him in a vase, you just sit down in it. Next moment you put him on the ground, you just sit down on it. And that form of acceptance toward life make you just embrace life while it come and don't try to fight against the changes of life. That's why the shape of the water fascinated me so because me always try to remember that and remember whatever situation me in or handed to me at the moment circumstances be like water, take the shape of it. Don't try to fight against it. You put water in a vase, it become the vase. You put him in a cup, it become the cup. You put him on the ground, he become the ground, lay flat. You put steam in him, he just contain the steam and evaporate. You see me? So it's like the concept just always just try to keep that mentally with me through the seasons of life when we're going through. And it helps me so much to be honest. So much. Yeah.
You know, like normally in the past, normally when people ask me like, oh, the best would you describe yourself? I
Mm-hmm.
always tell them say like a river.
Mm.
So, me always tell them say, me personally, sometime me flow around things, but sometimes I flow directly into them. Sometimes I go above things, but sometimes I go below them. You have times when I might gentle, and you have times when I might rough. Sometimes I carry a leaf, sometimes I move a stone. And I always feel so understood, not even say by the person, but feel like I'm really giving a proper expression of who I am. But that was long before I really come to the full realization of who I am.
Right.
Not until God take me and mold me and show me, rip some things from me and show me, say, all right, then this is who you are. Then this explanation that I've been using for a while now finally start make more sense because that is the way it
Mm.
is. I will not ever discard aggression because if somebody attack me and me have to defend my family, I have to use aggression.
Right.
And me can't discard love because me need love and everybody need love. So it is realization that to know the season, it goes back to, as we always talk about, God taught me this. The ruler of hate and the ruler of love is wisdom. Because
Mm.
you have to know when to be aggressive. If you're being aggressive with no just cause, then that is all that is what we call sin. Sin is not hate or love. Sin is the rebellion against the will of God. Because there's a
We
oneness going on, we are all a cog on this wheel, and how me behave kind of affect how Roneal behave. Because me and Roneal are friend. And if me get up and don't treat my friend Roneal properly, then him go have certain type of emotion where he might go in at the taxi and let you off negative emotion. The driver pick you up, give it to him
mm.
children, and this string of negativity. And you can create the string of positivity. So it all come down to the season and the choice but that we have to make. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but at the end of the day, it's like it's life. And the seasons are happening regardless if we like it or not.
And it's also important to know, as we say, seasons, time, and purpose. That every season serves its purpose. Every seasons come with a purpose. So it's for you to find the purpose in the season. You understand me? I say you can't ask for patience and not expect to get tested with impatience. So you're gonna spend more time in the traffic. You get me? I say you're gonna have excess longer lines at the grocery store, and you're gonna have excessive overweighting time because that's how you build character into become patient. But it's so much deeper than that because if you understand that you trying to get where you're trying to get, you automatically gonna get there by when you get there, not trying to bring your mind there before you actually reach there. Is the most beautiful thing. And then now you can understand that in the present moment there is something for you to also notice. You get me? I say so that's a part of being tested when it comes down to patience. Just be at ease and let things be. You understand me? I say don't try to control the situation or harness it too much. And then now be free and let things be, then you can be more attentive in the moment. You will see something you never will see before. And then you realize, okay, I'm getting more patient. And if he's a person who easily erupted when it come on to anger and them thing there, there's no say you'll get more tests with that. Now one season where every little thing I go bother you more than before. People are going to irritate you down to the dirt because you pray to ask for the strength of self-control in terms of your anger. You understand me? I say so. There's no say whatever you ask for or whatever season you're in. There's no say the not would say the opposite, but the test for it to make you stronger or come, which we always call the bad. Because when you label it bad, that can become bad. But we, everything is beautifully made in God's purpose and in timing. So we don't put no label upon nothing. You say bad, we say the opportunity to grow. That we say. So, yeah, you know what I mean? When I put no label upon it, and call it, you know, everything just have its purpose and its season. And we just utilize them in the right proper form. And we learn to utilize them. We wasn't born this way. That's why you keep on growing and keep on evolving. You know what I mean? Look towards learning something new every day, teaching something, letting go of something every day. That's just the part of the part of your life where we are.
True. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing thing as life unfolds, and I think me did tell you about that time when God showed me something in my spirit. A movie. It's like picking movie scenes, and you have, cause it's funny, God can pack so much information in one glance,
Mm.
and it's just it just I just saw it, and like there's so much information, that even trying to explain it not so easy. But it's like picking movie scenes, and in the spirit there was millions of streams. Like you put your finger on a video and you try to find a particular scene, and there is a mainstream which is called the lifeline. This is the grid where we are live now. This life where we are live now. All the other streams is a follow up of the choices that we make. Every single
Mm-hmm.
choice. And I remember that night me cry that night because seeing like what God do just for me. Because he was showing me myself and how him choose all of these things from all the different choices that I make and put them into one steady thing, which becomes my reality, my free will. But take the best to create the best result. Even when it might seem like a something bad, but it's like draft. Sometimes you push a player, you know that him go get hurt, but the comeback will be greater because you lose one and you get a three tech, plus you set up a way
Mm.
if you go get king, which without the pain of losing that one soldier, you could not win the war. And when I think about, as Mojo said, there's 8 billion different worlds, because each person, God is doing this for each person, picking from their choices, making them work for the person, then making it cooperate with the other 8 billion people in this oneness. All of these seasons happening. Is he ever unfair? Cannot say yes, because every man know what sadness feel like. Every man know what happiness feel like, and it doesn't matter. It does not discriminate who gets to be happy or who gets to be sad. It is not a location. It is not a color. It is not a shape. It is not a definition. and it is just is life. The I amness, as God introduced himself. I am that I am. And we are made in the image. I am a fireman, but when I'm putting my child to sleep, am I out in a fire? I am a father. I am a chef, but when I'm cleaning the house or helping my wife, am I cooking? And you realize all of these things are just something that we attach the I amness to. So when we understand that now, seasons become more enjoyable because we know, say, okay, this is the season now. What can I learn? How can I respond to this season? How can I prepare for the sad seasons? What do I need to do when sadness comes? Just like we prepare for winter. You know, it's colder, so I'm gonna get some jacket.
Put it on.
What can protect your mind from sadness, but happiness itself? How can I increase my happiness regardless of a sad application of life? Not easy, but the reward is great.
Truly right. You know, one of the things where I think we're mostly troubled by is the identity of the season. Because, you know, each season bring a different identity of a person you're becoming now. Because you're always becoming. You get me? I say, you're a human being, you're always being something else for a reason. Because your life was designed that way. As long as you're here, you're always becoming and being. Always becoming and being. So sometimes we get trapped in a season of our life and we try to hold on to that thing so much, not realizing that the season is over and it's time for us to move on and let it go. And then now that cause I wouldn't say confusion, but more like chaos in the brain. Or you cling, you have like you have a try to have a stronghold towards it. But because when you learn to trust the most High, you know, bro, you see me? You learn that everything works for your good, you know, in his will, you know. You may not understand it. And it's okay not to understand it. You understand me? I say it's okay not to comprehend it. But trust in him, that's what trust is, you know. I know this is gonna work out for my good.
Yeah,
Even if it costs your life. And you say, how you say that costs your life and it work out for your good? It's a knowing we have to know that there is something beyond this life.
true,
If you don't know that there is something beyond this life, then you're gonna fear death. If you
true.
think this is the end and be all of you, then you're gonna always fear death. But if you know that there is something beyond this, as we speak about controlling this body, and that is real, it's just like a video game. It's a simulation. You play the game and you control them, and it's the same thing. It's that we live in a simulation. But only difference is that we have control. The spirit we give it unto our control over the body. And it determines which spirit you allow to use it. You get what I mean? I say? Determines the outcome of it. And the end be all of it. So the identity in the seasons is a big trouble for most of us. Not knowing when to let go of identity because you was this right here and for the season. And now you're supposed to hand it down to somebody else and become something else in the season now, in a new season in your life now. And you choose to cling on to that now. You understand me? I say because of the fear. But remember the same God will bring you that far, he wouldn't leave you. Every word he say will come to pass. That's why I love when he give me promises, you know, and say something to me, you know, because you know once you say it, it's okay. DJ said me worried, you know. But once you say it, you know, me okay with it, is it. And that's why it is for me personally, I wouldn't say easy, but the determination was for me to lay down me so anyone who come from me can have a very bountiful life. I give up my desires and the things I aspired for. Somebody asked me yesterday, so what is your pursuit? And normally before I could have a good answer for that. A very wonderful one. And it's like, to be honest, it's whatever the Father wants me to do. And if he costs me my life, I'm okay with that. And I can see the training in the my day-to-day life where, like
Yeah,
me I say, yeah. So it's like you realize that because you know how we work, and give small steps just like a baby and feed it with milk. So
true.
you recognize your day-to-day happenings and you realize the happenings and you realize you are being chained right here for something greater.
True.
You understand me? I say, one of the person me listen, Elizabeth Taylor, she's something I may never forget. She said, skip me,
Well,
skip me.
yeah, well, you know where you go, with we,
Yeah,
once you
yeah,
don't, and and I
yeah,
know, and
yeah,
this is a
yeah, yeah,
perfect
yeah. You
example
skip
to
me.
show you how we roll.
Mm-hmm,
If we don't remember,
mm-hmm,
it's okay.
mm-hmm.
Don't fight
Yeah, yeah,
yourself
yeah.
to remember,
Yeah, but
you know?
it lives within me. It lives within me.
Yeah,
It lives within me. It lives within me. You see it, and it's very powerful. And one day you will hear it, but I'm not harvesting right now.
yeah,
But that's
man,
something where we always live by. You
true.
see me? The sacrifice. Where she said, and I say, yo, that's a powerful thing. The result of that business, of that happening, is God's business.
Yeah,
Obedience is my business. That is right there.
yes, yeah,
Obedience is my business. And the result of that obedience is God's business. That means if it costs me my life,
true.
I'm okay with it. You get me? I say so. That's something me always when I hear it the first time, I'm like, wow, that was so different. You get me? I say.
Yeah, I,
So that's the way I try to live my life now. Just wake up in the morning, giving thanks, have a mission, and be okay if your mission now turn out the way. Cause you can't one of the things about the mission, you cannot turn out the way you plan, but you can turn out so much more than you plan. So it's like me not too limity. Me not learn for limit, me just let the flow go cause me trust in the authority of the most I know say him a guide the way. I am not the one that guide. Me always say, me just determine what me put in. That's my will. You see me? I know what to do, and I do it. You see me? And then now. And each season prepare for the next. The mistakes, the mishaps, everything is a combination, everything work in accordance.
true.
The failures, the setbacks, the motivation, the demotivation, everything work in accordance. That's why we can't devalue none or put none aside because the moment where you don't feel like doing it, balance the moment where you overdo it and where you do it. Just like I said before, you wouldn't have happiness if you don't know what sadness is.
True.
Nobody can walk around grinning 24/7. That makes sense. Nobody can work around loving 24/7. That don't make no sense. There's a season for both, as the book say, a time to love and a time to hate.
True.
You get me? I say foolishness, you can't love foolishness. There's a time to hate that.
Yeah.
You see me? A person being taken advantage of. You can't love that. That's something to hate. You see me abusing people authority, do that. That's something to hate. Seeing people caring for people, that's something for love. You learn from that too. You see me? So everything have its purpose in the season. And it's timing for it. Yeah.
True. Man, we not growing what daddy say, 'Cause daddy say, no go no too much of the sauce, Yeah, cause daddy give enough sauce. But it's like we humble with it. Because he never figure we, you know. So In a one recommended way to approach, the life in general is just know that there's a purpose for the times you're going through, preparing you for a season.
Right.
There is purpose for the times you're going through, preparing you for a season. So don't get too overwhelmed by doing good. Doing good meaning doing the best you can. God said never to get overwhelmed from doing good. Doesn't mean say you go feed the community. That's probably not your calling. It's doing the best you can, doing good, the best you can. And by doing the best you can with what you have now, it ensures and strengthens the next. And as times go by, seasons go with it. But remember to enjoy the seasons because that's life. So, you know, make Roneal, close off the show same way. Because, we're there and you see we here, so we are just oneness. So we not think like one is more or one is less. Because this are just clear. And when it comes to the spirit, it is pure.
Right.
There is the I am, the oneness with the spirit. So, nobody is more than none. Them two youth I say, so nobody not try to lead nobody. And nobody not try to follow. We just be.
Simply.
Just be. So learn to just be. I know it's hard, but one day it will click. Because we can tell you, but unfortunately, it's something you have to discover for yourself. That is the truth. It no matter how much I tell you about God, you see, and when you have an encounter, you go have that eagerness to talk about God. You can't wait to buck up in somebody because you want to hear what was their encounter with this greatness. And if you feel like there's a movie nicer than when God show you something, me can put my life on you and tell you say you're dead wrong. Because I was there, enjoying the world as I can see it. But when the Spirit came and opened my eyes, life take a whole new form. And it's not hard to achieve. At least 5 minutes a day, just sit. If you're really interested to know God, and just be still and just say, for the 5 minutes, just say every day, just say, God, show me who you are. Simple that. No name. No say show me your identity, show me your color. Because you're not going to see nothing then. When you any day you get up and say this from your heart, when your mind stops saying it and your heart is the utterance, you say, God, show me who you are, you will see. I promise you that. I promise you. Not trying to deceive you, I promise you. Not a religion, not a control system, not an institution. The beingness which is God. Yeah, man. That is powerful choices, Ronnie, what you have to say,
uh, um, just know say, just know that whatever you go through in this season in your life, just know that the Most High is always with you. You understand me? I say, as we speak about the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Everything belongs to Him. You understand? And this season is just as close as before. And the breath of life. That's my reminder. No matter what I go on, you get me? I say so. Just know that the season in your life is with you. Never leave and never forsake you. You understand me? I say it's just a take the lessons from the season and be patient with yourself and know that timing is everything. You get me? I say you don't want to get a young baby a key if you drive a car. In a sense. So it's like know that everything develops in its process in time and the season that it produces its fruits. So just be patient with yourself and always keep God at the first of your life, is it? Yeah.
I know we always say it, man. Shalom,
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 shalom.
shalom.